Welcome back to Out of the Blue. I'm Jen White. So you think those advertising messages your little ones are inundated with are over their heads? Well, think again. On television, on the web, almost everywhere we look, brands are trying to break through to our consciousness. Marketers are working to capture our attention and focus it on a product. As adults, we can choose to become informed, decipher, and filter out these messages. But how does this branding bombardment affect children, especially very young children? As a professor at the University of Michigan School of Kinesiology, Bettina Cornwell has spent the past 3 years conducting research on preschool children's understanding of advertising and has recently co-authored 2 studies along with her former research assistant, Anna McAllister. When you were thinking about what direction you wanted your research to move into, what was it about this idea of marketing and children that really drew your attention?
Anna and I had been talking for so long, and then when she became a postdoc, it's sort of the merging of 2 disciplines. So developmental psychology and marketing, and they may not be first mates, as one might say, but it makes so much sense because a lot of your life is played out in this marketing area, and a lot of what children end up learning and part of their development is about their marketing environment. And we saw the public policy need, and we saw the potential. And so it's an interdisciplinary effort.
Why did you think this research was even necessary? It seems like an interesting choice to say, okay, let's see if a 3-year-old can identify this label or this brand.
There's a good deal of research that's already been conducted regarding adults and their understanding of persuasion. And a good deal of research also conducted with children that are a little bit older. And some of the research there, some of the studies maybe weren't done with children, child-oriented brands, brands that young children really appreciate. So if it's not a brand that you care about, well then, maybe it doesn't work for you. Right. But when you use brands that they know, understand, and have come in contact with, then you can see that they do use brand information symbolically.
The Ann Arbor Public Schools Preschool and Family Center proved an ideal location for conducting the painstaking research. University of Michigan undergraduate students assist with the collection of data. When you are actually engaging in the experimentation for your research, walk me through step by step what you do with the children.
We have a stream of research that has a few papers already out, a few papers in progress, and data we're collecting now. In a number of these, we use a collage task for brand knowledge. We're trying to consider the child's brand knowledge. It asks a child to consider 2 brands that are in the same category and to place on a collage an empty page with a starting logo, the items that belong with that brand. So there we're tapping into the child's brand associations. So we put out 18 little picture cards, and 6 of them belong with the first brand, 6 of them belong with the second brand, and then 6 of them are actually distractors that belong with none of these brands and are just checking that the child understands the task.
Using a scoring system, the researchers tap into the child's ability to understand the association for a brand and to be able to distinguish one brand from its competitor.
This is going to be the Burger King picture. This one's going to be the McDonald's picture. And this will be for things that don't belong to McDonald's and don't belong to Burger King. Okay. You put all of the pictures on where they belong.
Were there any companies specifically that seemed to be more readily identifiable by the children?
Certainly McDonald's is readily identified, as are all the associations to McDonald's. So they have a large repository of brand knowledge there. For example, in one of the trials, they have just Ronald McDonald's feet, the shoes and socks, and they're able to readily put that with McDonald's.
McAllister and Cornwell have for the first time clearly established that brand marketing has an indelible effect on preschool children.
At this age, some children will start to understand advertising intent. They'll start to be aware, but they don't have what's called a defense mechanism to persuasion.
Okay.
And that's what the parent can help them develop and say, well, this is advertising, and this is how this works.
What our research is suggesting here is that preschool children are like sponges. They're picking up a lot and they're storing a lot of information. One of the implications here is that parents need to think about protecting their children, maybe watching TV with them, talking them through what the advertisements mean and why they're there. Because children are picking up enough information from them that it's important to guide children at this very early age. Leaving it till grade school may be too late. It's 2 and 3 and 4 where these kids are storing a lot of this information.
Having collected and analyzed the data and presented their findings, McAllister and Cornwell look to inform the public policy debate.
Right now, public policymakers don't have the information to make the kinds of decisions they might want to. Let's say they were considering some options, and they're out there right now. Should we ban all advertising to children? Well, maybe so, but let's decide instead to maybe do something else and separate food products from premiums, the toys or whatever is included in the food. Would that be a more powerful change for the effect that we'd like to see? So we need to have more information to make those decisions.
Cornwell and McAllister are continuing their research with new studies to develop a better understanding of how young children are being influenced by marketing.
We're researchers. We want to supply information for better decision making. We're not policymakers, but if you want to make the right policy,
here's the research to support
to
it.
start to understand what's happening.